Well, hi, and thanks for stopping by the Pellets and Pistons Airgun channel. We got a beautiful day here in New England. It's springtime. It's about mid-April. The sun's shining, blue skies, a little bit of clouds here and there. We do have a slight breeze, but I'm going to be shooting anyway. And what are we shooting today? Well, we've got a beautiful HW Model 30S. This is the newer design stock. Some people really don't like this. It doesn't bother me much, but it's not the prettiest stock design I've ever seen either. But at any rate, what made me buy this thing, because you guys probably know I already have one in 177. You probably don't know I have two in 177 because you haven't seen the video of the other. The other is a beautiful left-hand custom stock gun that I bought from a very nice gentleman. I bought several left-hand guns from him, and we're going to see those throughout the next few months. Anyway, today we're going to be bench testing this beautiful Model 30 and 22 caliber. So that's going to be pretty cool. The first thing we're going to do is a trigger pull test. And then we'll do a shot or two over the chronograph, see what she's got for muzzle energy and muzzle velocity. And then from there, we'll do a 25-yard group. Just to be fair, this is only a 4-power scope, so at 25 yards, it's hard for me to be super precise, but I still think you'll be impressed. It's quite a little gun. Anyway, stick around. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be right back with that trigger pull gauge. Okay, it's time for the trigger pull test. We're going to take 3 shots using the Lyman trigger pull gauge right here. And we'll take an average and we'll see what the trigger pull is. Now these Weihrauch triggers, they're extremely adjustable in a couple of different ways. The first way is by this screw right here behind the trigger. All Weihrauch guns sport the record trigger, all the newer guns anyway, and you'll find that screw on every single one of them. And the more you dial it in, the harder the trigger pull becomes, and the more you dial it out, the lighter it becomes. And it's possible even with that screw to set the gun up so it's kind of on the edge of being safe. There's also a screw inside well, beneath the stock. You'd have to remove the rifle from the stock, and there's a screw in there that I refer to as the forbidden screw, and that one you're not really supposed to mess with. That's set at the factory, but if you know what you're doing and you want to play around, you can adjust that one too, but you can set your gun up so it's very, very unsafe. So you really should only do that if you feel confident that you've got what it takes to figure out where to set it so it's safe, but it's what you like too. Anyway, that's what I did to this one. So the trigger pull gauge is going to read some pretty low numbers, I would guess. I haven't checked it yet, but I'm going to guess it's around a pound, maybe even less. Okay, so let's get the first shot off and we'll see what this thing says. Today we're shooting RWS Super Point pellets, and the reason for that is I found that it really likes these pellets, so I'll probably be shooting these out of this gun. However, I've also found, and I haven't tried them yet in this gun, I should have tried them first, I guess, but the H&N Field Target Trophy pellets, almost without fail, seem to function really well in every 22 caliber Weihrauch gun that I own. So keep those in mind. I use the 5.53 head diameter, and they seem to shoot like tack driver quality accuracy out of all my 22 caliber Weihrauch. Anyway, let's check that trigger. Take that safety off. We'll light this guy up. All right, first pull. 12.8 ounces. Isn't that sweet? That's why I like those record triggers, because you can really set them up just the way you like them. Now this would by no, I can't talk today, guys, I'm sorry. This would by no means be a safe gun as set up this way to take out in the field. The fact that I set it up this way is only because I shoot pretty much strictly off this bench. I also am pretty much strictly alone. There's not too many people around me, and I like a light trigger. It's easier for me to be precise with the gun, so that's why I do it. But if I was going to carry this in the field, no way would I have that trigger so light. I'd set it up around 3 pounds. Okay, let's try shot 2. Oh, I gotta push the button. Shot number 2. That was 10.5 ounces. Shot number 2. 10.5 ounces. These pellets are, again, RWS Super Point. They come in at 14.5 grains. So it's, it's about an average weight pellet, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I'd say probably average. All right, this will be shot 3. And that's 13.3 ounces. So I think the inconsistency is probably the way I was holding the gauge. It really does make a difference. we get an average there. We got 12.2 ounces, so that's what is that? Pretty close to 3/4 of a pound. Pretty close. A little more than that. A little more or a little less. Doesn't matter. It's less than a pound. That's pretty impressive. Anyway, we're going to cut away here. We'll come back with the chronograph setup, and we'll do a few shots over the chronograph, and we'll show you what you've got for power. Okay, time for the big chrono test. Let's see what kind of power this powerhouse has got. Now, these HW30s have never really been known to be super powerful, and that's one of the things that attracts people, because it's smooth, easy to shoot, easy to cock, and it's sweet. It's just such a quality gun. You want a gun that you can sit at the bench or sit in the backyard and plink with, or do precision target shooting, because this thing's capable of some really impressive accuracy. My 177, I was hitting half-inch targets out at 55 yards with it. One of the things that 177 has that this one's going to get is a Vortec kit. Now, the reason I say Vortec is when I have a choice between ARH and Vortec, if I'm looking for power, I'm going to lean towards that Vortec kit. And I have one in the 177, and that pushed that gun right up around 9.5 foot-pounds of energy. If I can get that out of this in 22, it'll make it a really respectable little gun. So anyway, let's get that first shot across the chrono and see what she's got for power. Don't expect too much. 510 feet per second. And that is a RWS Super Point pellet at 14.5 range. That's pretty good. That's better than I expected. I figured we'd be in the 400. All right, let's see. This will be shot 2. Just love these little rifles. Now this one here has got a little spring buzz, but when we put that Vortec kit in there, that'll go away. Shot 2. 514. Beautiful. 514. This will be shot 3. 512. Pretty consistent. Oh, I love these HW30s. I've told you guys before, this could quite possibly be my favorite spring piston powered air gun. I'm not going to say that it's for certain, but man, shot 4 was 505. So that's 9 feet per second difference. No, 505. Yeah, 9 feet per second. Oh, whatever. We'll figure it out when we put it up on the screen. And this is shot number 5. 511. All right, so let's put those numbers up for you. You can see it's not a super powerhouse, but that's not what it's here for. It's here to be a very enjoyable gun that you can shoot for hours and hours and hours. That is the HW30 in 22 caliber. Let's see what it can do on paper. So we'll cut away here, we'll come back, and we'll do a 5-shot group at 25 yards and see what it's got. All right, stick around. I'll be right back. Okay, so we're at the bench with the HW Model 30S in 22 caliber. If I look a little different, that's because it's a different day. Today is the day I decided to do the 25-yard group segment. I should have picked a better day because it's windy out today. It's too bad. But when you only get 1 or 2 days off a week, you got to take what you get. So here we are with the HW30 on this breezy afternoon. We're going to be doing a 25-yard group with H&N Field Target Trophy pellets at 14.6 grains. I think you'll be impressed. This is just a 4-power scope. We're shooting at dots that are roughly 1/2 inch in diameter. And this gun has proven to be quite accurate, even though I don't have that much precise aiming ability with just 4 power, but it still does pretty good. So we're going to put 5 shots down range. And we'll start with shot number 1. We're going to shoot that dot that's pretty much in the center of your frame. Shot 1. Nice little rifle. They're so smooth, so easy to cock, so quiet when you shoot them, so sublime as far as the feel of it goes. This one's got a little vibration, which takes some of the enjoyment out for me, but we're going to fix that in another video. All right, let's get shot number 2 in there. Shot number 2. Sweet little gun. Now, my crosshairs are where they intersect are just about the same size as that dot. So it's kind of hard for me to be precise, but I think it's doing all right. I can't tell where they hit probably as good as you can, but let's get shot number 3 and see what happens. Shot number 3. HW30 22 cal. What a sweet little rifle. If you don't own an HW30 and you're not looking for crazy power, you just want a really fun gun that'll reward you and that will never disappoint you in its accuracy. In fact, I'm willing to bet, if you're anything like me, that it will always be better than you can be. I forgot what shot this is, folks. Shot number 4, I think. Shot number 4. Again, we're not looking for necessarily hitting the black because we can always adjust the scope to get that. What we're looking for is for all the shots to keep pretty tight in a group. And it looks like it might be doing that. And this is the final shot, shot number 5. All right, shot number 5. So, folks, that is the HW Model 30S in 22 caliber. All right, so I was editing the video when I realized we never rang the bell, so we're back out here with the HW30 in 22 cal. We're going to reach out there and ring the bell. You might notice things look a little different. That's because I got my zoom camera out for repair, hopefully repair. And so we're kind of switching things up with the cameras. I don't really have a good zoom camera now, so we're not zooming in too much because we'll just distort the image if we do it digitally. So, but what you can see now is you can see 3 of those big metal discs down there. The biggest one is the one on the right, and then one in the middle in front of the backstop is the yellow one, and then to the left of that is another orange one, only it's a little bit smaller. So we're going to try to ring all 3 today with this gun. This ought to be fun. I bet it takes a little while for the pellet to get all the way down there at 60 yards. All right, wish me luck. Let's see if we can do this in a clean sweep. Shot number 1. There's one. We'll do shot number 2. Oh, that was a nice loud one. You gotta love that. That was wow. All right, lastly, let's see if we can hit number 3. Just listen how long that pellet takes to get there. It's all right. And there we have it, folks, the HW30. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. I just think this is a sweet little rifle. If you don't own an HW30 and you want something fun and lightweight to play around with in the backyard, you got to get your hands on one of these. It's just the best. All right, so I want to thank you folks for stopping by the Pellets and Pistons Airgun channel today. If you haven't subscribed already, please do that. Hit the bell to be reminded of future videos, and by all means, give me that thumbs up if you enjoyed this one. Thanks again, folks. Have a great day.